Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George. We're all George. So today, let's talk about how unfortunately Elon and Tesla fumbled a $300 million Bitcoin bag. Yeah, that's right. And also, let me give you an update on what's going on with the ETFs. Things are starting to turn very, very interesting, which is why Friday, actually, we had a pretty good day. I'm going to explain. And also, let's talk about a few things going on within Avalanche as well. All right, let's do this. Welcome, 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 guys. Hopefully you guys are having a good Saturday morning, evening, wherever you may be. Bitcoin is holding a little bit higher than yesterday. We're at 48.1. We hit 42. Actually, after my stream yesterday, we hit a 42.1 for a little bit. And then we came back down a little bit, but looking stronger, obviously, now versus when we were dipping below 40,000. So we are holding right below that 42.1 mark. Has turned into a small resistance, but I have no doubt we will break through that. And this week could be absolutely, or this coming week could be absolutely fantastic. So let me explain a few things. Number one, how did Tesla and Elon fumble a $300 million bag? Actually, it's probably more than that. It's probably more than that, but you know what? It's a lot, no matter what. And this is after Elon and Tesla just lost even more after their shares tanked. I think on Thursday it tanked 12%. Friday, I don't know how much more it tanked, but it tanked. So they lost a lot. But here's the thing. Elon, you know, he used to be a big Bitcoin supporter, right? He talked about Bitcoin. He accepted Bitcoin. He threw a lot of Bitcoin into Tesla and SpaceX's balance sheet. And in 2021, unfortunately, he decided to support the ESG initiative and said that Bitcoin mining was too dirty. And then he stopped accepting Bitcoin. And then he sold off a lot of Bitcoin from Tesla's balance sheet for various reasons. He sold off about 75%. So whatever he has left, 25% is still there. But had he not sold, right, he would be up about $300 million. Yeah, it's probably more now. It's actually probably more like $400 million. And if Bitcoin continues to go, well, it's going to turn into billions, right? Not that this is going to make or break Tesla or Elon himself. Obviously, he has a lot more money in this. But still, kind of shows you when it comes to Bitcoin, those who hold the longest makes the most. That it's really that simple. Those that choose to sell out or take profits or just panic sell, they usually make less than true believers, holders that just keeps on holding and DCAing forever, right? It even happened to Tesla and Elon. Unfortunately, he lost out on that. But anyways, moving past, it's getting really interesting, really interesting though, in terms of ETFs. Okay, we don't have the official numbers yet, but BlackRock and Fidelity are making huge, gigantic moves right now. On Friday, okay, this was posted by James. He doesn't have the official, no one knows the official asset numbers yet, but one can guess how high they are now. Grayscale still led the volume on Friday. You could see the green day 11, right? 650 million, but they didn't actually sell that much. However, look at BlackRock and Fidelity. BlackRock had almost a $500 million volume day, and Fidelity's not too far off, 333 million. Those are record volume days for both of those funds. Not only that, ARK had 100 million themselves, and Bitwise has 64 million, and everyone else also had huge volumes. Again, why? Friday was a decent day for Bitcoin. Wasn't a huge pump day, right? Yet, Wall Street responded and started buying and buying and buying. And here's the thing. Come Monday, when we get the official numbers, it may show that BlackRock is now up to 2.5 billion and Fidelity's up to 2.3 billion. And Grayscale's selling started slowing down. Grayscale only sold 255 million on Friday. So That's a big jump from the day before where it was still like close to 400, and the day before that was like 450, and the day before that was like 600. It's starting to slow down very, very quickly. So again, when the outflows from GBDC, from Grayscale, starts going to zero and there is no massive selling pressure, well, that's when things will get really interesting, because all these other funds, I've been telling you guys, they're not stopping. They continue to keep on loading them on Bitcoin, and their volume is going up. So next week could be very interesting. If GBDC outflow starts getting to zero, and BlackRock and Fidelity and all these other guys are still adding like 300, 400, 500 million dollars to the Bitcoin per day, it's going to start adding up real quick. The total circulating supply of Bitcoin is going to start diminishing really, really quickly. So, this is what we kind of expected, right? There's only so much that can outflow from Grayscale. I mean, they can't print like the Federal Reserve or anyone else, right? So just imagine when they stop. So right now, Bitcoin is around 42,000, a little bit lower, right? Does that mean Jim Cramer was wrong again? Inverse Cramer is always right. Jim Cramer, when it comes to Bitcoin, is always wrong. Just recently, when Bitcoin was below 40,000, he's like, unlikely that Bitcoin finds its footing. Well, of course, it marks the bottom, and since then we've been going upwards. I think he tweeted that when Bitcoin was around 39,000, maybe 40,000, 40, 39 ish. We did fall down a little bit to 38.3, and then boom, then we started coming back up, right? So inverse Cramer seems to be always correct. Whenever Jim turned really, really bearish on Bitcoin, that's when you know you need to be greedy and start buying, right? So from a technical standpoint, Bitcoin is breaking out of this falling wedge. That looks pretty darn good. But overall, where is Bitcoin heading? Well, one can guess, right? Right now we're breaking out. Are we heading to 100,000 by the end of this year? That would be quite amazing. To end the year in 6 digits, a territory Bitcoin has never, ever, ever been before. And then in 2025, we build up from there and build up to $300,000. We'll see. We will see, right? But things are looking good. Grayscale is starting to not sell as much. And we'll see. All right, now moving on, I did say I want to talk a little bit about Avalanche. There's a few things going on in Avalanche. I know a lot of you guys love Avalanche memes, and that's part of it. But Avalanche right now, they're preparing for the future. They've been slow recently, but they are still making moves. They plan on scaling this new, I think you call it Virex. I think that's how you say Virex. But they're working on this that will scale Ethereum to be able to handle 100,000 transactions per second. So they're getting ready for the bull run, right? So this will be in testnet soon, and then afterwards they're going to fully deploy. So I've been covering about a lot of upgrades with a lot of chains. Avalanche is not sitting idle. They also want to join in the game and make themselves super, super, super scalable. Of course, a lot of memes, right? Cock and Kimball have both started coming up a little bit because Avalanche Foundation said they were going to support the meme culture, and they listed their criteria, and there's only just a few that meets those criteria. So they started coming up, so that's absolutely fantastic. You also have other initiatives besides just meme culture, right? Avalanche Rush is a DeFi programs ecosystem, I guess. So there's many others that they're investing in. There's one that's called Struct Finance, which to me seems like it's like yield pools, basically, very advanced yield pools. And they just got $1 million. That's absolutely fantastic. So Avalanche is going all out with everything, with memes, with DeFi, and of course with games. They're onboarding a ton of games. Here's NeoWiz from Korea that is onboarding with Avalanche. You have others like this, Pegasus, that's leaving Polygon for Avalanche. And of course, you have Shrapnel that is actually going to be hosting a $3 million tournament. That is amazing. Shrapnel itself looks amazing. Looks like a really good first-person shooter. But, you know, there's a lot of Shrapnel games being streamed on Twitch already. But a $3 million tournament, that's definitely going to cause some excitement for those of you guys that are gamers. But of course, there's other games that's coming out. Here's one that's called Blood Loop that looks absolutely fantastic. You have DeFi Kingdoms, which is still, I think, the volume leader on Avalanche, right? They are still improving their game. And NFT volume is also going upwards, exploding right now on Avalanche. So, just give you a quick overview of what's going on with Avalanche. Memes are coming up. Games are coming up. DeFi coming up. Avalanche looks like there's a lot. There's a lot of goodness to it. All right, that's pretty much it. What I wanted to cover. Just a few other little things. Just to remind you guys, those of you guys in Florida or Orlando, or you just want to attend a new conference and join a network event, I'm helping TWC or Orlando do that. So if you're interested in joining, there will be some good speakers. I'm helping them bring in projects and so forth. So this is a new conference never held before in Orlando. I know there's a big community there. So if you want to attend, tickets in the description. And also right after this, in about 30 minutes, there will be another chart storm on Cryptos R Us Plus. I know a lot of you guys do enjoy it. Please watch it. And tomorrow, I will be putting my Sunday walk video on this channel as well. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and the link is in the description as well. All right, guys, let's do some Q&A. Happy Saturday, everyone. Let's see here. Dimple Paul says, happy Saturday. Finally caught it live. I'm glad you're here. Another beautiful day in paradise. Can't disagree with that, although it's still a little cold outside, but the snow is melting. All right, still scrolling here. Cornucopias. No one has asked me about cornucopias for a long time. They have not been moving. They had a little pump over here back in December, and then they kind of bottomed out. I don't know if when the game is coming out. No idea. Another George says, hi, G. I have DCA'd around 80,000 pounds over 3 years, mainly into VeChain and other popular coins. Avalanche memes as well. 500K possible this bull run. Yeah, I think 800K is possible this bull run. I honestly think 10x is pretty reasonable from our current point. All right. A lot of people are anticipating a lot more, 20, 30, 50x, depending on what you hold. But even if you just hold the big caps, just the big caps alone, I think they could do a 10x. So your 80,000 to 500K, I think is certainly possible. That is actually probably quite conservative. I sold my Cornucopias and Pavia because they're not building on Mac. Why? Why does it even matter? If it's a web-based game, why does it matter what computer it's on? Unless they're doing like a installer where you have to install it, then it's a little bit different, I guess. What kind of car will you get next? I thought my Cybertruck was ready to be picked up. I got a text saying, "Oh, you know, you got to go in the app and finish up so you can select a date." And they tricked me because I finished up everything and I can't select a date yet. So Tesla, you know, recently has been really, really aggressive to get people to like buy their cars. I think that's gonna be the next car. ICP has been killing it, George. I think that's a lie. I don't think ICP has been killing it. But I will recognize they're up there. They're at number 16. So good for them. Any update on Lumium? No, none. I don't know. They launched their beta on, you know, on Epic Games. And then I don't know what happened there. They're still not done fully with their entire game. You know, they had a little pump back in December. A lot of things had a pump in December because that was like a mini altcoin season. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of people still believe in Lumium until I see their full-fledged game out and millions of people enjoying it. You know, not gonna be completely sold. I've been waiting for Lumium to come out for how many years? 3 years, 4 years? I don't even know. Thoughts on Arweave? I'm still a big fan of Arweave. I like them. I like them a lot. Why do you never talk about Oasis? I don't know. What do you want me to say about Oasis? I just don't hear a lot of activity going on at Oasis. The price is doing well, but I don't hear a lot about, you know, like what I cover with Avalanche, like about partnerships and games onboarding and DeFi initiatives or grants or meme culture grants. You know, like you just don't hear a lot about that from Oasis. Enot, you said you're going to wait for Cody to pump. I want to know what you know because I know something and I don't want to share it, but I know something's brewing. Is there a platform I could use to rebalance my portfolio through Dexis, something that rebalances bot that they have on Binance? Not that I know of. Why would you want to do that? Why would you trust a bot to do that when you could do it yourself? I don't quite get it. Like, if there was a bot that rebalanced your portfolio, they may do it in a way you don't want to. I don't know. I don't even know about the one on Binance because I can't use it. I would say just rebalance yourself. It can't be that hard to kind of like calculate the percentages and move what you want. Samsung, I appreciate that. Any XRP news? None that I know of. Sean Walker, wouldn't it make sense for Grayscale to sell directly to BlackRock and others on the OTC market so they don't have to dump to market? It's not them selling. It's the insiders that hold Grayscale GBDC that are selling, right? Otherwise, if they really need to dump, yeah, they could sell it OTC to others. But it's the insiders that got into Grayscale very early and they could never cash out. They're cashing out now. But it's slowing down. 996 GT3s will climb probably. GT3s, you know, GT3s before pre-COVID, they were popular, but not that popular. You could have found them, you know, 100K, below 100K all day long. Now, they're all above 100K. Like after COVID, somehow everyone started like FOMO into GT3s, which I don't quite get. Yeah, the outflow decreased to 255 million, which is still significant. Of course, significant. But I mean, think about it. It's dropping by like more than 100 million per day now. So maybe on Monday it's gonna be like only 150 million, and then on Tuesday it's gonna be 50 million. You know. Um. Yeah. By the way, I don't know if you guys. I know a lot of you guys don't watch basketball. I don't really follow it either, but I saw Luca had a 73-point game yesterday. All layups. All layups and 3-point shots. Like almost none from the free throw line. It was crazy. There's way too many 70-point games now in an NBA. I don't know what's going on. Soon at this pace, you know, someone's gonna have a 100-point game. Um, what do you think? What do you see Beam doing this run through a granddaddy the last dip? I think they'll do very well. Everything I mentioned about Avalanche, like for example, the Shrapnel, right? Shrapnel's on Beam, which is a subnet of Avalanche, right? But yeah, a lot of these games, they're starting to become popular. People are actually streaming it. You go on Twitch, you can find Shrapnel streams. And the more people that these games onboard, the more it's going to help the ecosystem, right? So I think Beam will do very well. Embiid getting 70 is probably more impressive because he's a freaking center. And he only had one 3-point shot that game. So he was just really dominating on the inside and free throws. But Luka, man, if you watch the replays, he just like kept driving in and in and in and in, and whoever was guarding him just could not do anything. They should have like triple teamed him because everyone else was not making it. They almost lost the game too. Oh, I didn't even know Booker had 62 last night. I mean, yeah, the NBA has changed its rules to favor offense, you know, of course, because they think it's more exciting. But now it's like, it's ridiculous. A 60-point game shouldn't come very often. And then you have four 60-plus point games within a matter of 2 weeks, and two being above 70, which never happened before. Last person to do it was David Robinson like 20 years ago. No, it was Kobe first, then David Robinson. I mean, but still, they don't come very often. They shouldn't come this often because you shouldn't be able to score 70 points in a game, in an NBA game. It's ridiculous. Am I still putting out a Lego video tomorrow? It's not a Lego video. I might just showcase my Lego room in my Sunday walk, maybe a little bit. But I was planning on going out for a walk because it's warming up and I'm able to do so. There's a lot of stuff about NFL being rigged. Like it's all scripted. Even the logo they put out at the beginning of the year has colors of the teams that make it to the Super Bowl. It's starting to get wild. You know, there's always been speculation that pro sports are rigged because of betting now, because they all you know, they all are hooked up to DraftKings or whoever, and there's so much money being made with bets. But now it's starting to come out that the entire seasons could be scripted. That's just wild. I refuse to believe that, but there seems like there's more and more evidence of that. That's just nuts. What's the longest walk you've done in 2023? I don't know, like a 2-hour walk, you know, maybe something like that. A lot of people asking about when. I looked at when. That chart looks horrific. It just goes to show you how many people try to pump it. Is it this one? I don't know if it's this one. Maybe it is this one. I was looking at one that showed this giant drop. Yeah, look at this. It debuted up here, and now it's down here. But it just shows you how many people were pumping it at the beginning. And now it's down here. Like it doesn't even, the charts right here doesn't even register because of how big that pump is. So, yeah, this is something I'm definitely not going to be part of. I'm not going to buy in. It's already at 112 million market cap. What's the point? Even if it went to $1 billion, you're getting what, an 8x? Okay, even if it goes to $1 billion. If you get into a meme that's like at 10 million, 5 million, to get to $1 billion, how many X is that? That's like 80x. So, I don't know. But that's highly manipulated. It's really obvious. If Ravens and 49ers make it to the Super Bowl, I mean, it's looking like more and more like they will. But we'll see. We'll see if that's if that's the case. Currently, SPY ETFs are premium to futures ETF. Could this get reversed as we near a 2025 top? I don't know. Like futures ETF, everyone knows future ETF is just based on cash. It's not really the same. People want the real thing. They want something that is really based on the actual asset, which is spot ETFs. I don't know. I mean, if you're just trying to make money, I guess they both work because they follow the price of Bitcoin. But one will actually make a difference. One will directly, if you buy enough of it, will directly move the markets because it's actually forcing the fund managers to buy Bitcoin, right? So I think that's the reason why. I don't think it's going to flip back to futures ETFs. What do you think about Render? I'm okay with them. I'm neutral with them. I'm not terribly bullish with them. They're not really using their GPUs for AI rendering yet. So wait. Is there anything for Hourglass coming or is it over? It has turned into an incubator. So they're going to start incubating projects. So I don't know which projects, but that's a new direction. I mean, they have held pretty well. They went up and now they're holding around 40 cents, which is actually much higher than when the show was being filmed. So we'll see. We'll see what they do with that. Cricket is rigged. I don't watch any cricket games, so I can't tell you if that's the case. If anyone mentions LeBron, I'm going to be pissed. What do you want to know about LeBron? How did Elon fumble 300 million? Rob, by selling out 75% of their holdings. I'm bullish on Solana's ecosystem tickets. Have you heard of Nosana? I have. I don't remember what they are. Are they a Oracle? Someone asked about it the other day. I forgot what project this is. No, it's an AI project. They're very similar to Flux and Render and Akash. Well, I'm more close to Render than anything. Yeah, it looks like GPU sharing. Not a new concept, but it's the same one. It's the same as, I guess, Render on Solana. They don't have any good. Well, I take that back. They're on Gate, at least, MXC, but not the bigger other ones, sexes. Could be good. Could be good. Cricket's not rugged. India lost to Australia, so they now think it's rugged. Or rigged. You figure if it's rigged, then India should win all the time, right? How would they rig it so Australia wins? That's like the national sport for India, right? Did you see Brad Garling's house? Garlington's house, he listed for 18 million. No, I did not. I would like to buy that. Let me see if I could look it up. Brad Garling house, girlfriend, house for sale. Here we go. It's in Miami. Doesn't look like an $18 million house from the front. Maybe it's really long. It's this one, right? Yeah, it's really long. I don't know. That to me does not look like an $18 million house. But I guess everything's just super inflated in Miami because you're on the ocean. But man, 18.5 million anywhere else will buy you like a 30,000 square foot house with a 30-car garage or something. I would much rather have that than have this on the lake or on the ocean. I mean, that doesn't really do anything. Look at how close you are with the neighbors. You're literally like 5 feet away from your neighbor. You have no privacy at all. And you can't park anywhere. Yeah. Not to bash on a $18.5 million house, but it's just, I don't think it's worth it. It's not for me. How do you feel about Honk after you entered all today? It looks decent. It looks decent, but it did fall a little bit. But, you know, I think overall it's a interesting name, interesting concept. I don't know anything about the team or anything. They could rug, you know. I'm not an expert at meme picking. So, but, you know, hopefully they could do well. Jack says, rent, don't buy in Miami. It's also on Hurricane Alley. Yeah. I wonder how he got all the money for that. Well, I think we all know how. Check out Pendle. EQB is also a good companion. Is it a meme? I mean, there's... well, on this time frame, it looks better. It did have a few dips. It's holding. It's 221 million. Wait, what is this? Is this a meme or not a meme? I can't even tell. 221 million is probably not a meme. Or is this one 500 million? Okay, that screener one was really off. It's our Arbitrum. It's a yield project on an Arbitrum. And it's cross-chain compatible. I like how it says trusted by, and then there's only one, Signum Capital, and then there's nothing else listed. Like, why even have a scrolling thing? Oh, here we go. Okay, it was stuck over here. I'm like, why is it even not scrolling over? Binance, Crypto.com, Spartan, a lot of these guys, Hashkey, they're involved. I mean, I don't know what to say about this. It's a yield project, gives you yield. It's not terribly exciting. Would I ever invest in it? No. Like, I would, if you're a DeFi guy, you want to earn yield, sure, but like, you know, I would never buy this. There are a lot of scammers in Miami. What kind of scammers? Mike says, I hold off buying Arbitrum until the big token dump this spring. Yeah, they are having a big unlock, a huge unlock. He attended a meeting at Davos. He's definitely a billionaire. Yeah, I mean, it's no doubt Brad Garlinghouse is a billionaire. For sure. What's the deal with Hunk? I have no idea. I don't know what Hunk is. Should I wait for a coin to get back into green before swapping it for another? Is it really necessary? No, of course it's not necessary. But a lot of times when you lose your patience and you swap, that's when whatever you swapped goes down and whatever you had before goes up, right? But again, you don't have to wait. You could do it whenever you want. I like how there's like Elon defenders or supporter or hardcore disciples coming in here and saying Elon doesn't need 300 million in BTC. Well, no shit. You really need to come in here to say that because you need to defend your God or something? Like, that's really funny. What's your view on Say? I like them. I think they could do well. So I'll just leave it at that. I think, why do I really like them? Because I've noticed a trend with Cosmos chains. Cosmos chains, one after another, started getting really good, really hot. So they're one of them too. So I think they could continue. Yeah, so many Elon defenders coming in here bashing. Oh, why do you say he fumbled? Oh, he doesn't need 300 million Bitcoin. Are you guys fucking idiots? Like, you know, are your knee pads worn out by now? Like, seriously. There's no doubt, had Tesla held, they would have had 300 million more. That doesn't mean that it's going to bankrupt him. Doesn't mean that he needs it. But that's fact. That's reality. I was trying to prove a point. That holding works. You got all these clowns in here trying to defend Elon like he's their god or something. Jesus, guys. Seriously, my tolerance can only, like, you know, I can only hold it so long before I just can't take it anymore. All right, on that note, I'll conclude. Yeah, overall, did Tesla miss out on $300 million profits? Yes, Elon and Tesla both missed out. Do they need it? Well, you can argue no, but you know what? They just had a horrible earnings. So I would say, yeah, they probably could have used it. But overall, guys, Bitcoin is going to rock. And next week will be interesting. Volume on these ETFs are going up. Grayscale, their dumping is slowing down. And there are other fantastic projects in the space, guys, like Avalanche. So don't miss out. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you go to CRU Plus, Cryptos R Us Plus. Check out the video that will be released soon and my Sunday walk video tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Take care.